Welcome to the Petite Talk Show. Hold up, breathe in, breathe out. Forget all the things you read on the blogs about your favorite celebrities. This is the #1 uncensored talk show in Africa. You dey feel her? You dey feel her, baby? Get in here and get your facts right so you go fit defend your favorite to your full chest. Our guest for today. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back, guys. Our guest for today. Our guest for today. That's why they talk out 2 times. Fashion icon, media personality. Little hints. This guy don't too chop BBN money, scatter. Nwachukwu Emeka.
It's not Emeka. I don't know where they got that name from online.
It's not Emeka.
They gave me Emeka. My other name is actually Ifechukwu Delu.
Ifechukwu Delu, what God has written.
You know, because my mom, when she was pregnant, she received a lot of prophecies. Oh, this child will be great. Some people say, oh, this child, oh, whatever your career you will be born. She's like, I'm not my first speaking baby. This is my 6th. What's with all of this? So when I was born, one of the women that prophesied, to my mom to say, they don't want him, but he will come. That's why I have strong head. And she was like, Ifechukwu Delu.
Oh, they're going here.
So my mama give me this gist. So yeah, but I don't know where they got Emeka from. But okay, kudos. Emeka is also a sweet name.
So now we should call you Emeka.
Yeah, that would be my alter ego. Amy.
Maybe for short. So Uti, how do you deal with criticism in the industry?
2 ways. Number 1, is it true? If it is true, I will. I don't absorb it, but I will observe it. Right. And if there are T's I need to cross and I's I need to dot, I will take that. So what I would say is that I work with constructive criticism.
Wow.
And I use it to make myself better because no one is perfect. And I think the minute you start to think you're infallible is when you start to fall, So constructive criticism, I take it, I don't absorb it, and I work on my flaws and shortcomings and what have you. But for bullying and trolling and just hypocritical criticism is death off my shoulder. But if I'm in a feisty mood, I will give you back.
But they say there's always a certain amount of truth in these stories that come out on social media. People just wake up one morning and cook up stories now.
Yeah, not only Mumu, they believe everything when they read now. And after over a decade in the industry, you learn to grow it.
OG before IG.
Yes, literally speaking, OG before IG, because I burst into the scene in 2008 and we're still here. So, and IG was what, 2012 or when? So yeah, OG before IG. You learn to grow a thick skin, because without a thick skin, you can't even be Nigerian. As in Nigeria, you're meant to have thick skin. If not, you enter depression. Yes, thick skin.
It's really not easy to be a celebrity out there.
It's not easy to be a Nigerian, plain and simple. Yes, because Nigerians are always poking their noses into people's affairs, and that can take its toll on you if you don't have a strong sense of self. So,
Uti, what certain event has happened in your life that you say, okay, this certain thing happened and it shaped me into who I am today?
There's so many. There are so many.
The one that hit you the most.
There are many. I think every year something happens that triggers my growth. Every year. This year, what has happened? I think this year, the political state of the country humbled me. Because people were clearly divided. People expected one outcome and got another outcome. So that sort of humbles you. Not because it's what you wanted or not what you wanted, but just because you see that you are subject to whatever God says is going to happen.
Oh my God.
You are subject to that. So that sort of humbled me to say, people are chanting this way and this is what happened, and regardless. And it also inspired me to always move with my passion and ignore the noise and just focus on whatever it is that I want to achieve at that moment. And age is not a factor.
It's
never been a factor. And I think God has personally revealed that to me in my own life. Age has never been a factor. I don't know why Nigerians like to age shame and sort of discourage people when they get to a certain age.
And we should start with these celebrities that come out there. They're always 21. They know they ever pass 21. 21 or 22. Especially your fellow. Why do they
age
do
is
that?
Like fine wine. Well, maybe it's easier for me to say because I don't look my age. But if I looked like a 41-year-old, I would probably feel the way they feel, right? But the thing is that genetics has a role to play, plus your state of mind. Because in my head, I joke around, and I've said this on every show I've been on this year. I joke around and I say I'm transgen. I identify as Gen Z, so I'm transgenerational. Because in my head, like, I feel like I stopped aging in my 20s, my late 20s.
Wow.
That's how I feel. So I'm not in a rush to be old, because the only thing you ever do in this life, whether you like it or not, is get old. So what's the rush? You have the rest of your life to be old.
True.
So I just feel people should learn to be proud of their age, because the older the wine, the more expensive.
Just like Tiwa said.
Yeah.
Tiwa said something about the older the berry was, the sweeter the juice.
Old juice, the sweet.
Yes. So being a celebrity must have obviously affected your relationships one way or the other. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's the same struggles. I think if you talk to anyone who's in the spotlight, it's just privacy. You want your privacy. You want your personal space. You want your time. People are always, like I said, poke nosing and trying to find out who are you dating, who are you sleeping with. And then if you're dating the wrong person, or not the wrong person, if you're dating someone who is not built to handle the pressure of the industry, they are going to crack. So
is that why celebrities especially go for the girls that are really easy to manipulate? Because
I don't know about that too. That's your perception.
But now they do.
That's what they say they do. I've not had any. I have been personally manipulated by non-entertainment females. So manipulation is not restricted to certain personalities. I think the average Nigerian is manipulative, very, very manipulative, which is why you and I might not be talking, right? And just because you messaged me first, the first thing you tell me is, you have abandoned me, you have forgotten me. I'm just like, what the hell? We haven't even spoken in like months. Yeah. So that's manipulation already. Yes. And most times what follows after that is, meanwhile, your girl never chop. So I'm like, so that's the reason you manipulated me to feel guilty, so that when you beg me, I will now want to make up for it. But so we're manipulative, straight up. You've manipulated in the past. I've manipulated in the past. And if I want to get my way with regards to whatever it is I'm chasing, if I have to manipulate, I will manipulate. Not to abuse you, but I might manipulate the situation. We're all manipulative. We're all manipulative. Have you read this book, 48 Laws of Power? I've seen it. I've decided not to read it because because I'm a very mentally strong person. I recognize the gift of charm and charisma that I have, and I feel if I read that book, I'm going to apply it, and I'm going to be. We are going to be in trouble. I'll be the girls so I won't. Be in trouble. 48 Laws of Power, Art of Seduction. Yeah, those books are not healthy for people like me. Do you understand? Yes. Because of my strong personality and strong character, and I can be very persuasive on a norm, even without trying. Yeah. So imagine I equip myself with those methods. Abba, it's over now. So who would you say is right now your major role model or influence, or person that has influenced you in your career growing path? Up, TV presenting, I always say this everywhere, Frank Edoho. Frank Edoho was the first person I watched, and I could not believe he was Nigerian. You remember how embarrassing Nigerian TV used to be back in the day. I don't know if you grew up in those times, but in my teens, you just call me a Gen Z? I don't know now. That's what share me being a Gen Z. I identify as Gen Z. So, it used to be really embarrassing, especially in the 90s. I mean, there were some good shows, but there were more bad shows than good shows. You remember the Willy Willy show? I was so scared of Willy Willy. And the first time I watched Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I just saw Frank Edoho, the way he spoke, the way he dressed, his facial expressions. I'm like, you know what? I want to do this. And every time I see him, I still call him my mentor, my leader, my everything. With regards to acting, it was Chidi Mokeme for style and acting. Chidi Mokeme. Acting alone, it was Ramsey Noah, Kalu Ikeagu. And then for the women, it was Rita Dominic. I loved watching Rita Dominic. I loved watching Dakore. Dakore. Amazing. And of course, amazing pair with RMD. And the Motolas and the Genevieves, those were the people that, and Ini Edo, I watched them and I was like, the good old days. Yeah, because back in the day, we used, people would say, what are they acting? What kind of nonsense be this? Like I said, they act play. But these actors I just mentioned actually delivered. And I was like, oh my God, we have this kind of talent. So those are the people that inspired me growing up. Okay, so what's that one controversial thing that you've heard about yourself?
Hope you don't mind if I just drop one here, because of the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, most people would say you are
Proud.
not proud. You are
Arrogant.
no, not arrogant. You are
Full of myself.
No, there's something that they call it LSBTQ, whatever.
LSG. League of
LGBTQ.
Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh my God, I know what you're doing right now.
No, I don't know what you're saying now. What are you talking about?
You want me to come out plain? I just saying. Most people will say you swing the other way. Is that true?
Whose business is it? Even if I do, even if I don't, whose business is it? As in 2023, you should be ashamed of yourself if you're monitoring anybody's penis or vagina. So you're entitled to
now
your
your
opinion.
body, do what you want to.
Oh yes.
Like
The one
nobody...
thing I would tell anybody out there to never ever in their lives do is to seek to explain or defend themselves, as long as you're not being accused of a hateful crime, like murder or rape or whatnot. Allow people to have impressions of you that will keep them interested in you. Because the truth of the matter is, if people are interested in who or what you sleep with, they want you.
So you're trying to say you like to remain a mystery, have us wondering what's going on.
I just like to remain me, and I think everybody should mind their business.
Ouch!
I'm just like, if I'm not toasting you, you have no reason to wonder about who I like or what I like. Face the people you like and the people that like you now. Free me.
Ouch! Social media not collect one.
No, but it's the fact, because you have to be grossly unhappy to be obsessed with someone else's perceived lifestyle.
So what's your typical day like when you're not working?
I'm a couch potato when I'm not working. I'm streaming cartoons, adult cartoons, not blue film cartoons, like mature cartoons. No. I'm not a fan of anime. I mean, I appreciate anime, but I'm not a fan. I like cartoons like
Tom and Jerry.
No, I still love Tom. I watched Tom and Jerry too. In fact, I watched Tom and Jerry last night. But I watched American Dad, Family Guy, South Park, Simpsons.
Oh yeah.
Boss Baby, yeah, I enjoyed Boss Baby. I like animated feature films too. I'm young at heart. So I'm just there eating cereal, watching, or I'm ordering food, like my favorite dish, or I take myself out. I don't skip the gym because it's very important, not just to look good, but also for your health.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of terminal illnesses have been traced to poor fitness regimens. So you have to stay fit just to protect yourself. And yeah, that's it basically. I'm very simple. And when I have an extended free time, I travel. Traveling is where most of my funds go to. That's the one thing I would spend on travel.
So now you must really be going through a lot of tickets, so driving citizens
My dear,
of Nigeria.
I've traveled only once this year.
I see all those doing summer 2023. Show me the way.
It's a good for you, please. Where can we find sponsor? Because the tickets. Tickets, my dear. But I would never compromise my traveling hobby for anything, because if you stay in this country for too long, you find out that you're behaving like an animal, like a wild animal, and you're just snapping at everyone and everything. So at that point where it looks like I'm fighting everybody, I say, okay, it's time to travel. I don't overstay. I travel for like 1 month, 2 months, and then when I come back, the first week I'm like, good to be back. And then we choose like,
you want to go back?
Yeah, you want to go back. I want to go. Because I feel like my home is not here.
Okay, so do you have any challenging experience that must have really hit you when you were really young that unlocked the Uti we know today?
Like I said, every year something happens.
Like a childhood trauma?
I would say my first taste of betrayal at 11. I was too young. So I didn't understand. Exactly. And there was nothing like therapy. So I tested it the first time.
Nigeria mama and papa don't know anything about therapy.
They don't know now. There's no licorice people there back in it. So I think being a happy-go-lucky child, the one that people loved, I was always very, like I said, charismatic and charming. I was very outgoing, very social, I'm still a people's person. It's just that now there are boundaries. But then I had no boundaries. Just everybody, And then I had a best friend. Our fathers worked in the same company. And then I had another best friend. Just like how I'll have numerous thieves. I'm the kind of person that will have like
everybody loves Uti.
Basically, yes. That's how it was when I got into secondary school. Plus I had hot sisters. Three hot sisters.
So the guys that want your sisters
are now coming to dash me provision and money. Say, tell your sister, I'll tell you. One of them is married to my sister right now.
Wow.
So that we laugh about it. Yes. we laugh about it because I fulfilled my duties as an adult and say, hey, meanwhile, I think I was running my sister's account and I replied him as my sister. Then I went home and said, come, I replied him, oh yeah.
So you basically did hook them up.
Yeah, not hook up. Oh.
No, not that kind of
I connected them because Nigerians don't
them.
spoil the hook
Like
up.
the word, the term hook up now is seen in a whole different way.
They don't spoil them.
They don't spoil them.
Yeah, but basically, in school, I remember I got bone stuck in my throat, and everyone was just like oohing and ahhing over. No, sorry, and just like catering to me. And then I had to go to the doctor's house overnight. And I came back expecting them to rush and say, "Welcome, our darling prince." But they were like, "Welcome."
Like you don't die, you don't succeed.
Apparently, in one night, this boy went 11-year-old, but I'm sure this boy is
a wizard.
Wizard somewhere now, because you can imagine having that kind of mind at that age. Imagine what he's doing now. I don't even know where he is. I don't want to know because, hey, people hardly change. They just evolve to another version of themselves.
Bigger, greater evil.
Yes. So, this boy singer lady went around everyone and just slandered me to everyone and lied and said I said things I didn't say and did things I didn't do. So, even my so-called other best friend that I felt should have my back snubbed me. So, imagine coming back from being a school darling to no one talking to you. Absolute no one. Not your school fathers, not your school mothers, not your besties, not your classmates.
That was me in uni.
Alienated.
I know
for
how that
lies.
feels.
And I was just 11. You can imagine that happening
That
to an
early.
11-year-old. And I didn't know that this was trauma until the first time I went for therapy in 2018.
Oh, you've gone for therapy?
Of course, you have to go for therapy. If not, you're just deceiving yourself because being raised in Nigeria means you're damaged. You need to go for therapy. Whatever coping mechanism you're using right now is flawed. You have to go for therapy so that you can adopt a healthy coping mechanism. And I did not know until I went for therapy because I spent a full term alienated. And I learned to be on my own. I learned to walk alone. And I learned to just raise a middle finger to the world. And, my sisters were still talking to me. So they taught me to dress good, taught me to smell good, taught me to carry myself in a particular way. And then there was just one other friend in school that, there's always that rebel. There were two rebels, a male rebel and a female rebel. Well, the guy wasn't really a rebel. He just didn't succumb to everyone else's school of thought.
Yeah.
So that became my friend. He became my friend, but we weren't very close because that trauma now started to make me say, let me not get too close in case this
do you know, it happens to me. Yeah. So you'd be like, I don't want to get too attached so this person doesn't fuck me up or just,
Yeah. But, so that's shaping me. But I had to work through it now because it also affected my relationships where I would be dating, but I would also not want to be too close so that they don't break my heart.
One leg in, one leg out.
Yes. Or I'll get so attached that I would say, do not mess me up to the point where
you're a Leo, so like
I'm a Leo, so loyalty is very important to me.
Extremely.
And then the other thing that happened is the second term, the alienated girl. There's always this girl in class that's the first
queen
to
bee.
kiss. Not the queen bee, the rebel.
Yeah.
The first to kiss boys that they will now be saying, this guy is spoiled.
Bad
Don't
girl.
talk to her.
Yeah.
The one that would break the rules and just living on her own terms. So she noticed that because we're never really close. But she would just observe me she used to just observe me from a distance. I'd be like, you people's darling. She didn't have any bad feelings towards me. So when she noticed that, how can you go from that to this? She went out of her way. She came to meet me one day. I said, what's happening? I said, I came back. Nobody's talking to me. I don't know what I did. Everybody's saying I'm a bad person. I said, don't worry. Leave it to me. And then she went around. She now found out it was this guy that had told different
Your
people.
friend?
Yes. And then she now corrected the thing. Some people actually started slapping this boy's self and say, yeah, you mad? Why you do this? So they all came back. I felt like I was supposed to be happy, but I was even more hurt. I'm like, you guys didn't even give me the chance to tell my side of the story. You just believed in. But then again, going to therapy, I now understand that those were also children. Yes. But to me, they were like, oh, my friends or my seniors. But those were people in their teen years. They were also trying to figure themselves out. They didn't even know how to approach issues in a healthy manner then. But to me, I just viewed it as, why would you just listen to people
and just come up with your personal decisions?
So they were like, oh, we're sorry, we're this, we didn't know. Even my best friend came. But I was just like, went back to being friends, but it was never the same. But it will
never be the same.
It was never the same. Because I was like, because if it was me, let's say you and I are best friends and someone had come to tell me that you had done something, I will confront you.
Yes.
And, we
get my side of the story.
Yeah. So I just felt like, the way I would treat you, why didn't you give me that benefit of doubt? And that also shaping me in a way where sometimes I don't give people the benefit of doubt because I feel like
you should know better.
Yes.
You're an adult.
Yes, but therapy helped me. So those things shaping me. And after what that girl did, she stood by me regardless. It also changed me in a way where if I believe in you, I'll stick by you regardless of what anybody's saying. Which is why, if you notice, every BBN season, once I stick to a fave, especially most of my faves are faves that Nigeria is trying to attack. Oh, this person has a horrible attitude. Oh, this person is this. I love CC.
You love CC so much. Why?
I mean, all my faves from each season, because I feel like Nigeria victimizes or vilifies people that wear their emotions on their sleeves, and they vilify people that are like them. Because the average Nigerian, like I keep telling people, you people keep attacking these women, but I see them in all of you.
Yeah.
From season 1, my favorite was T-Balls. You know, they tried to put this narrative of she's arrogant, she's proud, she says she can make this money. I'm like, did you watch the full video? And that's when this standing started for me. I think that trauma and that lady standing for me sort of like molded my brain to say you must stand for people because there are people that will stand for you, you know. So from T-Balls to Cece to Erica to Bella, you know, I always stand for the strong. So I see you like females.
Strong females that know what they want.
Yes,
and
to
are out
Mercy,
to get
you understand. So those, yes, I like it. And probably because I have 4 older sisters who are also very strong, independent, fierce women. So yeah, so those things shaping me.
Okay, let's go dive a little bit into BBM. There's this story running round around the internet that for you to get into the house, you have to buy slots.
That's
and apart from buying slots, you also need to have an influential person
That's a stupid
put you in the house.
Okay, so I went for Africa. Who gave me money then in 2008 to buy slots? And I was the only Nigerian selected. So who did I know?
So you're saying
Uti from Benin, Uti from Sapele. Who did I know in Lagos?
So you feel they just handpick these people off based off what?
Auditions. Nigerians don't like to follow due process. Let me not say Nigerians. The majority, most Nigerians do not like to follow due process. They're always looking for a way, a shortcut. And that's why they keep scamming them. They will keep scamming you people because you people believe that there's. So every season I take to my social media page to say, there is nothing like buying in a slot. If it was that easy or knowing someone influential, I don't put all my cousins and family members inside now. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
But like, so how do you think Neo and Benita got picked into the same house for this All-Star season?
They did go for the same reality show, didn't they?
Yes,
it's an All-Star season, and they were in different seasons, weren't they? They're both. And think as a producer. As a producer, isn't the dynamic mind-blowing to have a fierce brother and a fierce sister in the same house from different seasons? Everybody will want to watch the relationship dynamics in the house.
True.
Yes, it's like going into the Kardashian house.
Yeah.
Do you understand the dynamic between Chloe and Courtney and
Kim?
So imagine now bringing that Nigerian version to see, let's see Neo and Venita and how they will interact in the house. And they're already giving us drama. So it has nothing to do with nepotism or buying a slot or knowing someone influential. No, Nigerians just need to own the fact that you're not good enough for the show. You're not good enough for the show. And sometimes you're not good enough for the show, not because you
can't bring enough drama
you're a bad person, or not because you're a boring person. It means that you're not good enough for that season.
So every season has a particular.
They have, obviously, it's a social experiment. So they have certain personalities that they're looking out for. So they would choose the strongest and most genuine version of that personality. Wow. I mean, if you watch some people, it's 1 or 2 people have sent me their tapes to say, bros, this is the tape I want to submit. And I'm like, Jesus, you have no business submitting this. Because you're trying to act, hello, big brother, my name is, and I just want to say, I'm a sassy, all the babies want me. And I'm just like, what is this? Can't you just be genuine, original?
Like, just be yourself.
Yes, I'm just like, hi, big brother. I'm just like, what are you doing? Just speak the way you speak to your bestie. Why you let them see who you really are? But then those are the people that go and say, hey, did they do 419? Did they do mago? Yo,
when that's part saying you have to pay 2 million naira for one slot.
There are people that are impersonating officials of the franchise,
BBN,
yes, and telling people come and buy slots. You know how many times people have come to cry to me? Somebody collected my 3 million, 4 million. I don't know if you know this person. So you are asking me now. Why didn't you ask me before paying the person? So,
Medicine
follow
after
due
death.
process.
Wow.
Audition, if it's for you, you get called. In my time when it was one person per country, meaning you have to win at the auditions and they will just carry one of you.
Wow.
So who did I know? I just went in the auditioned. Twice they auditioned. Sorry, I auditioned once for the Africa.
Yeah.
No, Africa. I never auditioned for Nigeria. I auditioned once for Africa and I was picked. My first try. There are people that had to audition every season before they were picked. Me, at my first audition, I was picked. All-Star, I wasn't the first choice. But then their first choice dropped out. I felt like the rejected stone. But I became the cornerstone because I won. Just, I don't know. People just need to just be. You're a human being. Be. Just let things work out for you. Do your best and leave the rest. Because if you keep trying to buy your way out of everything, you will fail. The worst thing that can ever happen to you is to be given a position that you have not earned. You will fall.
True.
And the higher the climb, the harder the fall.
True.
So just, I don't know. They're always looking for a reason for their failure.
So
they want to shift blame.
Uti, one small question.
Yeah.
Are you currently seeing anyone right now?
I would never confirm or deny that.
Why?
Because it's nobody's business.
Ouch. Okay, but like, let's say if you were to, go into the house, go into the house, pick one of the BBN ladies, who would you date? Who do you think is more like your spec?
Aesthetically, in the house, this current house.
Yes.
I think Uriel is very beautiful.
Too bad. She got dropped.
That was very painful. She didn't get dropped. It's just that people didn't vote as much as they were supposed to vote. Because if you think about it, the former dynamics of the show, 2 housemates were evicted every week. So if they were going to evict 2 people, it would have been her. And
but why did they leave Sheyi in the house? Do you feel like because he has more drama, more sauce?
I have no idea why. Why they voted, how they voted. I'm not in their heads and I've not spoken with any of them. They have their reasons. I'm guessing maybe you go under the comment section and ask, why did you vote this person and not this person? I personally don't know. If I had the choice, I would have definitely kept Uriel in the house because her diary sessions are absolutely
amazing,
breathtakingly amazing. Yeah. I love watching Uriel. I just love the way she talks, the way she infuses Igbo when she's speaking. I like the fact that she's so genuine. You see, I think Nigerians are very uncomfortable with people that wear their emotions on their sleeves.
Yeah.
They like pretentious people. So, and that's the difference between Big Brother Nigeria and Big Brother Africa. I personally feel if I had gone for Big Brother Nigeria, I probably wouldn't have even made top 10. They would have probably driven me and said that was too much. Do you know? Maybe I'd have made top 5. But I don't think I would have won. They would have said, he's too much. They would want to give it to someone that is appearing, I cannot hurt a fly, And I think Mercy is the first fierce winner we ever had.
Yes.
And I loved it. I could not wait for Mercy.
So do you think she's going to win this?
She's a strong contender. There's a strong possibility she could win. I think my contenders for the money are CC, Mercy, and Adekunle.
All right, guys, you're still watching the Petite Talk Show. Go nowhere. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back, guys. This segment is
What's for Dinner?
Cruiseeeee, Ram and Beer, Lagos, Nigeria. Woo! Yes, what are we having for dinner? We are having the R&B special for dinner. He's setting up. I can't wait.
The minute you told me that we'll be eating, I made sure I don't eat anything since morning. Yes, because I need to overfeed on this set. I want to eat a lot.
So, aesthetics or good food?
Of course, good food. Me, I can enter Mama Put and eat as long as the food is very tasty. I don't give a crap about aesthetics. In fact, that's the freaking disease of Lagos. Most places just focus on beautiful environments, and then you see one meal 15 to 25 to 30,000, and then you eat it and you're like, Jesus is Lord. Even a 5-year-old would make a better meal. So I'm like, a lot of places are like that in Lagos. So please, good food.
So what's your idea of a perfect date? Where would you take your girl to if you want to go out on a date?
It depends. It depends on how we're feeling. Cinema could be a perfect date. Going to conservation center can be a perfect date, even though that everybody likes to go there now. Coming to a place like this is a perfect date. Being at home, cuddled up, watching your favorite TV series while sipping on wine. could be a perfect date. It just depends on how we're feeling. Just being in the car and driving around beautiful sights, that's a perfect date. Traveling is a perfect date. Anything could be a date.
So which would you rather have for dinner? A meal or the meal?
Oh, a meal, please.
Not the meal.
The meal can come at any time.
But
food.
So you're a foodie.
I am a big
You're
foodie.
a foodie.
I am a big food first, then every other thing can follow. If a date without a meal, I'll be very frustrated. But a date without the meal, try again.
So what's next level for OT 0.3? OT 0.1 before Big Brother. OT 0.2 after Big Brother.
I think this is OT 0.4.
0.4. Please, what is 0.3?
0.3 is OT crossing 40 now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
How do you feel about that? Do you have plans? Do you want to get married anytime soon?
I'm open to it. Before I said no, but I'm open to. If it comes, it comes. I'm not fixated on like, oh, I must marry. But before it was a firm no. I said I will never get married.
So what changed your mind?
It's just life, growing up, and just learning to tolerate people more, and just therapy and all of that. So I'm open to it. Doesn't mean I'm looking forward to it. I'm open to it. In other words, if it comes in the form that I love and appreciate it, I will accept it. I will not refuse or reject it. I'm never going to settle.
Yeah?
Yes, I won't marry just because.
So what's your dream girl? Who's your dream girl?
You're talking now, somebody will just go and act it. Marry your entire house, change after they drop one. No, I know my dream girl. My dream girl just number one thing is kindness. You have to be kind. And hygiene, number two. Yeah.
Cleanliness is the godliness.
Oh yes, hygiene, very clean, very kind. You have to be kind-hearted. You have to be a kind.
It's good
person.
it's good to hear a man come out and say you're picking kindness over big bombo. You know,
big bombo is for knacks now. You can you can get knack anywhere now. But you're talking about the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. Like physical. I'm not saying I'm going to settle down with someone that I am not physically attracted to. No, I have to be attracted to you. But that's not my priority. My priority is your heart. You have to be a kind person. You have to be confident. You have to be assertive. Yeah, basically. Ooh, that looks good. Yes.
So this is R&B special. Bro.
Little corn there.
Yeah, looks so young. So do you think you would end up getting married to a woman who doesn't know how to cook?
I don't care. Like I said, kindness is my number one trait.
So as long as you're kind, if you can't cook, you can have.
If you can't cook, me, I will cook.
Oh, it's good to know that you're a good cook.
I'm an okay cook. At least I haven't gotten any complaints. Yeah. If she can't cook, I'll cook. At least I can cook. So imagine not marrying the love of your life because she can't cook. That's so stupid.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's good to know that cooking is not a you sabi cook, you know sabi cook. They go to marry you put for house.
Do you realize how shallow that sounds? That a man will come and say that babe no fit cook, so I no fit date am. Not because of her character, but because she cannot cook. Who's even focusing on cooking these days? Not be house help most people they get.
That's true though. So back to the question, what's the next level for Uti?
You have to watch and see.
You're not going to tell us?
Hell no.
Oh,
the element of surprise is always beautiful. I love people to just log on one day or log in and just see something. Say, hey, Uti, when did you do this one? That's my shit.
That's the ish. All right, guys, you just heard it right here on the Petite Talk Show. You sabi cook, you know sabi cook. Uti no care. You go see marry you for house. Yeah. All right, guys, we'll be right back after this break. Welcome back, guys. You heard it right here on the Petite Talk Show. You sabi cook, you know sabi cook is not a deal breaker when it comes to Uti Nwachukwu. I remain your girl, Petite. Stay tuned. Do not forget to catch up on our past episodes on the Petite Talker on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Man, no come find you for house. All right, guys.
Bye-bye.